and I know him as an entrepreneur, as a social worker and philanthropist, and also as a very inspiring person for many of us in the social space. Um, Ashank comes from the IIT Bombay, IIM Ahmedabad lineage, and he went on to found Mastek Limited, one of the most known software companies in India that serves clients globally. More interestingly, apart from founding this large organization, Ashank's also actively involved in the social space through Avanti Foundation. He's trained about 28,000 schoolgirls from low-income groups through PAN IIT Alumni Reach for India, another 25,000 high school dropouts in rural areas, and through Avanti Fellows, 60,000 disadvantaged students for admission in engineering colleges and IIT. That's thousands of people there. We conferred the Distinguished Alumnus Award from IIT Bombay and a Fellow of the Society by Computer Society of India. Ashank, it's a privilege to have this conversation with you and to have this charcha with you. So Ashank, let's begin with your relationship to Mumbai. I know your origins are from Goa, and you chose Mumbai to be home. You chose Mumbai to be the place from where you start your enterprise. So curious about your relationship. When did you come to Bombay? How did it shape you?
Yes, so this city has played a very large role in what happened in my life. And that's the reason I say I owe my debt to this city. So, also I used to visit Mumbai even in my younger days, but real movement happened when I joined IIT, and after IIT I took a job in Mumbai and decided not to take up a job in Goa. In fact, I was offered a very nice job in Tata Group in Goa, but I felt that this is the city where you can make your future happen. This is the place of dreams, as we see in Bollywood, of course. Now it is less so, I must say. There are other cities competing with this dream city, but in those days, this was the only city which could have claimed dream city. In fact, in Goa, they used to say, if you can't make money in Mumbai, then I don't think you can do anything anywhere. In a lighter way. So if you have not gone to Mumbai and succeeded, then I think something is wrong with you. So that was the aspiration, that I have to be in the city because we open doors of all kinds. So that is the reason I decided in 74 that I'll remain in Mumbai, which I have remained except for these 2 years that I am in Ahmedabad. I just went out and came back, but as a resident, I am a Pakka Mumbaikar.
Yes, you've been here now for almost 40 years, Ashank, so, or more, much more, 70s, right? You said starting from 70s. So you must have, yeah, yeah. You must have seen the city change a lot over these decades. So I'm curious about what changes have you seen since the 70s to Mumbai? If you had a choice, would you prefer the 70s Mumbai or the 2020s Mumbai?
Okay, that's a difficult question. I would prefer that Mumbai for some reasons of 70s, and I would prefer this Mumbai for some other reasons. So it's kind of a answer mixed way. That Mumbai was a different Mumbai. It was a very clean air Mumbai, was less noise Mumbai, was less traffic congestion Mumbai. I could go from Nariman Point to Vikroli, which is where I was working, in just 1 hour. And that too in a bus. It used to be bus number 7. It used to go from Vikroli depot to Nariman Point. And, so the life was different, but life was obviously with much less opportunities that you see. Because there was no IT industry of a kind. There was no financial services industry of the kind we have in the city today. And there are no uh, there are no aspirations to become a global place as such. The the dream was more as to be number one in India, which is good when it was there. But whenever we talk now, we say we compare Mumbai with global cities. So that benchmarking has been elevated, which is all good, which is what opens up eyes, which is what opens doors to people in terms of what they get. So good, and obviously the bad side we all know: traffic jams, air pollution, noise, many other things which are improving slowly, hopefully, particularly infrastructure, but still we remain behind.
Sounds like a mixed bag, Ashank. And I'm particularly curious about IT because you chose to start in Bombay and Bangalore cornered a share of the IT pie, so to speak, the entrepreneurship of IT. Some companies were in Chennai, some in Bangalore, some in Hyderabad. So when IT came, were we not competitive enough, or what happened at that time that we couldn't attract most of the IT in Bombay and it scattered all over?
Okay, this is a question that I keep on talking about all the time when I talk to IT guys. The birthplace of IT revolution is in Mumbai. It is so ironical and so unfortunate that very few know. The real IT industry and particularly software exports really started in the seeds area where the first electronic export processing zone was established. And all the leading IT companies of that time, and some of them are still leading companies also, some of them have merged, they all aim at that place. And first software exports, which is what IT industry is built on, as you know, has happened from this city. Now, why is that? We could not remain number one if that was the case. The reasons are many. One of them was obviously some other governments were putting a lot of efforts to get them, particularly Bangalore in those days. They were able to attract multinationals to come to Bangalore. They proactively pursued it. And to them, obviously, it was important because Mumbai has obviously much larger industrial base and didn't depend on IT for its future alone. There were financial services, there were big pharma still there, there is big industrial houses in manufacturing. Whereas Bangalore was obviously a new opportunity and maybe pursued more vigorously there. So that is one part. Second part was in some form, I think, compared to Mumbai, Bangalore, and its weather and its little bit, it was also a city of a different kind than what it is today. But it was something I think a little bit understood and well better by many people, multinational settings. So all of that meant that people felt more comfortable to have even more notice by also by globally, probably. So many of the multinational companies, when they first came, like Texas Instrument is one example. They started in Bangalore. They didn't come to Mumbai. And that Texas Instrument was a case study by itself. That's why I'm mentioning it. And that was the beginning of, snowballing effect. And many others decided to move. Like many Indian companies like Wipro decided to move to Bangalore headquarters. That was a big decision that time. Everybody was wondering. That turned out to be a good decision for them. And so on. In fact, Infosys also was actually started in Pune, but decided to move to Bangalore. So one thing into other, uh, and Mumbai could not go as fast, although Mumbai is one of the top four cities in any case. The government of Maharashtra took a good decision to promote Pune, and that is a great job. And Pune today is, in terms of size, probably number two, I can say, in a way. In IT services, IT part, not in BPO. So the growth, government focus also shifted to Pune, and Pune has done a great job. Pune is larger than Mumbai today in IT. But the vision is much larger to my mind, sitting in the state of Maharashtra. From Navi Mumbai to Pune, that whole corridor is going to become some form of industrial corridor. And IT industry has a right to. In fact, we have office, Mastek has office in Pune and Navi Mumbai, and we shuttle between them people for meetings. Sometimes it is 2.5 hours. So with the new infrastructure that is coming up, which is airports, new airport which is going to be closer to Pune, with a new trans-harbour link which will connect mainland much faster. All this is a little bit of catalyst in terms of making it happen. But yes, to answer your question, wrong answer is Bangalore, of course.
Managed.
It has won the race. So,
It has won that race. Hopefully, there are other races to run also. And like you said, new infrastructure coming also means new possibilities. Like you said, the airport, the Trans-Harbour Link. Asha, I'm curious about what roles do corporates play in building the city? Do corporations lobby with the government? Do they push for reform? Uh, is it through philanthropy? Like, how does the corporate presence in Mumbai, which is very, very strong, how have they shaped the city? And what are ways in which corporates can actually shape the city progressively?
yeah. So corporates have obviously influenced the city in great way because beyond anything else, they have created jobs. Today, all the banks headquarters are here, all of them, most of them, all the large enterprises like Tata's, Reliance, and many others have headquarters here. May not be all factories, but at least headquarters is here. So the center of gravity of all of them is in Mumbai. They pay taxes through the city of Mumbai in a way. And we say that's why we pay 30% of taxes. We don't get as much money. It's something that we always complain about. So the big corporation created jobs in the city of high caliber. Today, business school graduates, if you ask them where they go, I don't have a data, but I'm on the board of IIM Ahmedabad. My gut feel is that percentage-wise, largest would be coming to Mumbai. So it is still a job creator for high-value professional jobs. So that is created by this corporation. That is one. Number two is, in a way, a center of gravity is here. And financial transaction happens to this city has given a city a center of financial center in some form. That has created the global citizens and global corporations coming and passing through Mumbai, or at least looking at Mumbai as one of the options to start their Mumbai Indian headquarters. So if you look at flights today, now Delhi has crossed Mumbai as we speak, but till 4 years ago, Mumbai was the largest airport in terms of traffic, but we still remain not far away from Delhi in that sense. So that is one. Number two is power situation, water situation, all that has not happened by chance. What has happened is all big corporations in 1900 to 2000 have contributed to taxes for the city. We pay taxes, we contribute to the city's betterment, which has helped city to become very infrastructure positive, at least as far as water and power goes. Today, as you know, the budgets of municipality of Mumbai is like many small states and the largest municipal budget in the country. That has not happened by chance. It has happened because corporates pay taxes here, corporates employees pay taxes here. It's a property tax, whether it is any tax. And all that has gone to government to make city infrastructure. So in a way, corporate has contributed. However, having said that, I think we as a corporate can much larger role than what we are playing today. So I'll come to that as we move along. But to start with, yes, corporates have played a role, not directly in building something here, but indirectly through wealth creation and jobs creation.
And I think it's a blessing to be the beloved city of corporates in India that comes in. But Ashank, before being a large corporation, Mastek was a startup, right? Like you founded it, and I was curious about startup days. There must be fond memories tied to the city about your startup days and how it must have been at that time. So many things we take for granted must not be there. So if you can just take us back to those days, it would be really nice to imagine what life
Yeah,
was like then.
yeah. So, I still remember that we were teammates from IIM Ahmedabad. Actually, we started that, as you know. And we used to stay together in company that Godrej that I was working. I had a house. So after passing out from IIM, they also stayed with me. And we used to keep on talking to start a new company. So our neighbors used to wonder what these young guys are doing, working and coming back at night again discussing. So in one of those discussions, we did an exercise where we should have located. I still remember, like all other management graduates, we drew a matrix with city on this side and criteria on the right side and put weightages. And Mumbai, maybe we wanted it that way came first. So, but seriously speaking, Mumbai was a place where there was a business. For company like us, it was building business solutions. We wanted to first succeed in Indian markets and later in the export. Export was still not so prominent that time. And we were such a small startup, we didn't have a money even to go to abroad, or we didn't have our cousin brother sitting in US. That is the way it used to start that time. Somebody would be there, he says, okay, you guys look good. We doubt whether you can do software, but I'll give you a chance. There was no such buddy sitting for us. So we had to depend on Indian market. And that's why first 6, 7 years we built our business on Indian market. And Indian market was number one in Mumbai, and even today for that matter. Most of the IT sale today does happen in Mumbai. So those were the decisions that we took to be in Mumbai, and that we have not, of course, repented in that sense. But it was very tough time. As I say, after all this IIT, IIM, people are wondering why this fellow is doing business. Why are they not joining Bank of America and Citibank and all those nice jobs that we get? You also know. So that is one. Second, as I said, my mother never trusted me because she was wondering the business that I was in, I could not show her my product. I said, show software, what do I show her? So if I show computer, he says, you are making computer. So, and on top of it, as I say, I used to talk to my customers in the night time because they are in US. So she was firmly convinced that I am in a shady business which products can't be shown and has to be conducted at night time. So she says, why my son is doing such things in spite of working in Citibank or Bank of America. No, the point I'm making is there was no family kind of encouragement. He said, okay, you do whatever you want. He didn't stop us. But there was a air of suspicion what these guys would do. Today it is not there, by the way. As I work with startups, I have great happiness to see that society values entrepreneurs. That was not the case at that time. Business was as a bad connotation also in some form, unfortunately, for various practices that time was and the controlled economy. So if you are in business, you have to do the backbending to be successful. You know, so so that was the situation. So on one hand, market was small, nobody knew software. By the way, software that time was given by hardware companies free when we started software company. That time, hardware companies like ICL, IBM used to do software. And to them, the cost was not that high. So they'll say, I'll do it free. Whereas software company, why should they pay them separately? Now, of course, we can give hardware free with software. So that's a separate story. But the point is, market was not there. And nobody wanted to computerize. There was this opposition from unions all over the place that jobs will be lost and no social support. So it was a very tough time for all of us to work hard and to make it a success. I feel good at the end that we could make it. Many did it, of course, but many could not, unfortunately. So it was a tough time in IT industry to be. Not working yet, but even IT industry. You see, I didn't have a phone. To start a business. I didn't have a phone for many years. It used to take 12 years to get phone at Copper when we started our company. 12 years. You guys will not remember. I'm sure you were in school or KG, probably. But the point I'm making is we used to go to a public phone. First, we started with some dweller. I said, sir, give us some phone. We'll quote your number. After some time, he says, boss, तुम्हारे phone ज़्यादा आ रहे हैं. अभी बंद करो. Then we went to a public phone, PCO, you know. You remember?
Yeah. I remember the PC.
₹1 coin and then bang it. That's the way we started. Today,
Yeah.
before you think what you have two mobiles in your hand. So tough time.
True. So Ashank, how can this was inspiring that you saw these tough times. How can Mumbai make it easier for the a young person today who wants to start up? I mean, there are conditions which are definitely there, and location. I think geography is also less and less important because we are being able to communicate across geographies. At the same time, there are city level regulations or like SEEPs was there. Is there space to do things which would attract the next generation, maybe the Web3 entrepreneurs, or what can the city do to attract and make it easier for entrepreneurs and restore the city of dreams?
It's a very important question, Abhishek. And I feel very sad as a Mumbaikar that many entrepreneurs leave this city and go to other city. They start here. By the way, Ola started in Mumbai, not far away from where I stay. But he says, Ashank, I felt I can't make it in this city. I came to this city to make it, right? It is same that he said, I can't make it myself in this city. Why? Cost of running business is quite high in the city. When you want to buy a house, buyer. So that is one part. The second part, of course, is some of the environment, speed of doing business and all. Other states are really moving very fast to make it very easy. Many of the other cities, particularly Hyderabad, has taken a good few others. So there is a feeling other places sometimes that we are welcome here. Yeah, we can go. Third, of course, is a talent. You see, but that is for IT industry specifically. You see, the talent is what we live on. And as IT industry has not grown as fast here, many of the talent obviously have not grown here as much. So if you need some wide variety of talent, you end up going to other cities. Although there are plus sides here, having said that, let me say, we have a good healthcare system, we have good education, which is a plus side. So we have been able to attract people from other cities, not that they don't come. But they always ask questions, sir, life will be very difficult in Mumbai. My family will have to travel so long to go to school. I will not get admission in school, and so on and so forth. So there is always a discount to city of Mumbai, honestly, because I hire people, so I know that. So beyond that, of course, and this is related to same thing. You see, in other cities they have built lot of technology parks, much larger place. Much of the construction companies and real estate companies have established parks here. In Mumbai, they find it difficult because of cost of land and cost that they charge. Like we moved ourselves to Navi Mumbai. We found it difficult to grow in Mumbai city, you know, at that time, and so on. And we also diversified outside Mumbai now for various reasons. But the point I'm making is there are these multiple factors, in spite of many positive things like power and water, and as I said, there are many good things here in the city. The cost and the living situation is what makes it a little bit difficult for many entrepreneurs, particularly in IT side of business.
More parks and more zones for entrepreneurs perhaps would be a good point to attract the specific spaces and
Yeah.
so on.
So you see, we need to create and something as well. Like let's say IIT Bombay is a hub of technology today. Best of the best guys join there. In computer science, top 70 JE people join IIT Bombay. Now they will all go away. Many of them will go abroad, yes, but many of them will not even stay in Mumbai. Can we create entrepreneurs out of them? Can we create leaders of tomorrow from them? Can we create park around IIT, maybe in Powai area, which can be called, you know, how Stanford happens, how Silicon Valley happens. There was a Stanford there.
And then slowly.
There was a VC there, and then there was a Silicon Valley there. That combination has to happen in Mumbai.
Interesting.
Because we have a Stanford equivalent in the city. We are very lucky.
We need to do the other pieces.
We need to do the other pieces and make it happen. And some of it is happening. There are a lot of IIT Bombay entrepreneurs I interact with. I am involved with IIT Bombay, involved with the incubation center. So there I see this guy. But my nagging worry is they will shift out of Mumbai soon. And then, you know, they'll start here because we are incubating them. They may shift is what worries me.
Hope they don't shift there. I'm just going to take a minute to acknowledge the partners of this conversation, Ashank. It's a collaboration between three Mumbai-loving organizations, if I would say that. The first is Mumbai Live. Mumbai Live shows you the latest and best of Mumbai city every week. It takes this conversation to its lakhs of subscribers and Thank you, Mumbai Live. It's the place to watch these conversations and the Mumbai-related things. There is Mumbai First. Mumbai First is an advocacy initiative that's striving to make the city a better place to live, to work, and to invest in. And it addresses these problems by connecting in partnerships to government, business, and civil society. If you have any concerns or ideas, please drop a mail to info@mumbaifirst.org, and they'll definitely consider that. And the third is the Blue Ribbon Movement, which is young people around the city doing creative, innovative work, building leadership, solving civic issues, doing citizen audit games, and so on. If you'd like to support Blue Ribbon, also, it's on Facebook and it's all over the city as well. So these three coming together is what brings us this Charcha here. And of course, Ashank, you for being here as well. Uh, from here, Ashank, I'm going to move to visions for the city and also collaboration, since we spoke about collaboration between civil society to make this happen. You'd also spoken about the role corporates can play. So just you sharing freely about your vision for the city, what role do collaborations play in it? What role do corporates play in it?
In terms of building
The
Mumbai.
dream for the city, yeah. In terms of the vision for Mumbai, like what is possible.
Yeah. So as you know, I am involved with Mumbai First. We have been working very hard last 25 years to make Mumbai best place to live and do business. That's our mission. Do best place to do business anywhere in the country. Best place also to live for our citizens. And to make that happen, I think we need to do quite a few things. And it is a joint effort in a way with government, corporations, and non-profits working towards the betterment of the city. And Mumbai First is a catalyst, in fact. We look at ourselves, we need to bring all of these people together. We carry a good image and weightage in government because we are considered as impartial, standing only for Mumbai and no other interest. So we have that connect. Government respects us. We have various institutions we have created for CAG and Empowered Committee, which is interacting with governments. They take our view, which we pass on to corporates. We work with corporates to understand their issues and voice them in government. Because we were supported by corporates. Our membership is corporate. Revenue comes from obviously corporate memberships. And NGOs are an important part in education, health, and many other areas. And now climate control and climate change. So they are also stuck. So we need to bring all of them together. See, our problem in India and everywhere is that we have all of us do good work in our own work, but we never come together. And we never connect and network together to make things happen. So we need that connection. Is one part that I'm saying, and Mumbai First is playing a role in that. At the same time, Abhishek, I think wearing my corporate hat also, I feel corporates can be still much more active in making change happen. I think we still need to see that thing. I think corporates should not take cities' infrastructure for granted. We pay taxes, of course. To that extent, we are contributing, as I said earlier. We create jobs here, we contribute. However, I think there has to be a give back also in some form, where they give back to the society, either in terms of education, health, or even infrastructure. There are many things that are not right and can be improved. There's a host of lists that I can give you. The corporates can give their financial source, their business bandwidth, which is equally or more important. We need that. The best of the best minds are in this city. They can think through how to make improve the city and go back to government. We like in Mumbai first to be really willing to take that up because we act as a catalyst as I said. So corporates have to go beyond and think through of giving back and putting best of their resources at one level, apart from just money. Money helps, of course. So corporates contribute to nation at a larger level, of course. They should also look at contributing to the city that they are in some form of their might. This is what I say. And we should make it happen though. As a corporate, they may have some issues to make that happen. Corporate, I can say that. But it's people like Mumbai first who can make that happen because we sit in between all of them.
Yes. True, Ashank. And let's hope a lot of that happens as well. Um, Knowing you personally, Ashank, I'm going to take a little bit of a liberty uh, and ask you a few informal questions just for the audience also to get to know you better. So let me start with a few of these. The first one is old Hindi songs. I know that you love old Hindi music and Bollywood music. A song that inspires you. Is there a song
Yeah,
that
good.
inspires you?
See, there is a song. चल के तुझे मैं लेके चलूं ऐसे गगन के तले गम भी न हो आंसू भी न हो बस प्यार ही प्यार पले.
Hmm.
You know that let us go to that world where there are no tears, that there are no complaints, but there is a love, affection, and success.
That's a nice vision captured in a song very
Yeah.
beautifully. I think songs can say. How about a movie, Ashank? Any movie that you can watch again and again?
Oh, there are a lot of movies. Difficult to say which movie has inspired me very well. But in recent time, Lagan is something which kind of inspires me as to what an underprivileged group can come together and you know.
Can do, yes.
I spend my time with all of these people, as you know, with this leadership program and many others.
Yes.
I feel there's so much of potential. We need to make leaders happen there. And if we make leaders happen, the energy will be released. I do so many projects, as we all know. Girls take a project
Yes.
to uh, lighting in the city or their mohalla or cleanliness, or they do so well. We have seen it. How
Yes.
do you do it? Somebody inspired them to make it happen.
Yes, I must give a shout out at this stage to the Avanti Young Women Leaders Program and now the Gender Lab for doing cutting edge work in inspiring women. And Shank, your ideas have been a primary force in shaping the idea that let's bring leadership way before gender was a big topic. Like today, it's a big topic. Everybody talks about gender, but I think we started out much earlier and beautiful, inspiring stories that have happened. So it's been a joy to witness that. Uh, Ashak, how about a favorite spot in Mumbai? Where do you like to go and spend some time in the city? Any area you like to walk around or just any restaurant, cafe? And what's your favorite spot in the city?
So I am very biased here. I like the place where I live because I can step into, move around Powai Lake. I can look at nice small mountains in front of me. And if I'm tired, I can get into IIT and very good infrastructure we have in the city, in this part of Mumbai. So I'm okay where I am in a way.
And
I'm
yeah,
happy to be here.
Yeah, so Powai seems to be your favorite hangout, is what you're telling us. One last question would be food, Ashank. Like, is there a restaurant and a dish which you can swear by? Like, you have to have dash at dash. Like, any favorite food?
Not really, not really. As I say, I may like European or Chinese food, eat Indian food, and maybe some continental sweet dish, and so on.
Miss Smash.
Mix up or best of all. So I don't know if anybody is serving that. Or maybe that. So no, I don't have any point.
No one. Great. So, Ashwin, coming down to my last question, as we're also running out of time, of all the social impact that you have done and so much good in the world, uh, I'm sure you faced barriers as well and challenges. So, just curious about which of these actions make you most proud, and which is the biggest barrier you've had to encounter in doing good in the society? What is missing in our society? What's a barrier that you have had to negotiate to do these thousands of young people that you work with? What would be a constraint, a barrier, and what's been the most proud moment?
Okay, so there are quite a few in a way, but I think particularly in the area that I am working, the biggest barrier is change in the mindset. Let me explain what I mean. We do this girls leadership program. We train them to become what they can be, as I said. But the resistance is from parents. Why are they not studying mathematics, science? Why are they doing all this? What will it do for them? Now, they don't realize that it will really liberate their energy. They can see something world differently. And as I say, that song, there were lakes, there were ducks in the lake. And there was one ugly duck which everybody was laughing at. But actually, when that ugly duck saw herself in the water, it realized it was a swan. And it flew out. So I think we need to create swans. But people take a view that no, I think first we need to get a good marks. Actually, we'll get good marks if that is going to happen. So we carry certain set of assumptions, and those assumptions makes it difficult to at least convince people that they should do something just beyond scholastic achievement. Scholarship are important, obviously, otherwise we will not even know. That's not enough in today's world. Tomorrow's world is much going to be multifaceted, multi-scale, multi-dimensional. If you have to succeed, you can't be a one-track mind. So even to succeed, you have to have a multi-track mind. But to think about that, you need a multi-track mind, which is irony. So that multi-track mind, which is the larger perspective, is the biggest barrier. And that hits you everywhere. If you go to schools, they will say, why are you doing that? In Haryana, for example, I believe his parents came and said, "Ek to ladkiyon ko bhadka rahe hain." We will give them more money, and so on. But this is in this particular one. I have found same issue in
Mindset issues.
other NGOs that I work with. In the skills area that I do, Parsi and so on, which is not in Mumbai, but in Jharkhand, 10,000 of people. There is a mindset there of not parents, but people who are high school dropout. What will we do by doing skills? उससे क्या होगा? So we have to convince people to come and study it. And they are paying us after, and they are not paying fully. They are paying some small percentage of their cost after they get a job. So job is assured. After they get job, they will pay some percentage back. But difficult to catch them. And I have to create a big army of people just to recruit people. And I was talking also to some NGO today. They are saying, I'm training free of cost, but I'm not getting it. So you carry certain mindset. That is one. Second, I think social contribution as a discipline is not very high in India. We have a lowest percentage of, I think we give most of our money apparently to temples, which is actually, uh, we are doing it because we feel God will give us at one level. But the point I'm making is, uh, in US and all, there is that sense of giving back some percentage of work. The funds also is an issue at one level. We really want to scale it up. So that is the second constraint. Third constraint is sometimes I feel we in social sector also has to think large and think of scale. Many of the leaders would like to do something in that area and not like a all India view. Because you can make a difference at Indian level. Why you want to remain small? So some lack of vision is also there, but that's not a constraint for me. But I'm saying,
Hmm. No, sure. So yeah, I think mindsets is we nailed it with the mindsets. Let's hope that the city has lots of progressive mindsets at multiple levels, and we're able to, like you said, be number one, be the best in living and in doing business. With that mission, Ashank, just thank you and thank you for doing what you do. It's
thanks,
grateful to have citizens like you. And it's a joy talking to
thanks for Mumbai Charcha and all the work, good work that you are doing.
you. Thanks a lot. Ashank, if you could just wait for a minute or two, we'll just
Yeah.
close the line.